My better prayer have hope you all man fine, hope you all woke up fine. So today in another episode for Beta Torpoh, and for Beta Torpoh today we go to longer on a Beta Torpoh one visual artist. His name is Kobe Williams. He go tell you about how he do chalk arts, how he do sand arts, and plenty other things about arts we will not know. So make una stay tuned, and after the break we will continue longer on a Beta Torpoh with William. Okay, so my Beta, just as I be tell you now, today we will learn on a Beta Torpoh with some artists. If you multi-dimensional artist, so you go introduce yourself for all we say, we know you. Hi William, how far?
I am very fine. Beta Torpoh people them asalo una all.
We salo you too. So we know you as Kobe Williams. But for people that don't know you, introduce yourself. We know say we chalk artists, we know say we painter, we know say you do plenty things. So tell we like introduce yourself for you.
Introduce yourself for my case, yeah, be very complicated because after my name, I don't say what I'm Kobe Williams. I'm to summarize, I'm a visual artist, musician too.
Okay, you see, I know we know that part.
Other parts they over plenty, but let's just focus on visual artists. Visual artists contains what I do with sand, dust, and also some graphic works I do. There are so many.
So tell me about your educational background. Like, you study arts for school?
For my education, not belong to Rio. After it end up for advanced level. Okay. Then after that, now from there I discovered the artist that was me. Before then I was just doing it for passion without any knowledge of career. So now after that I started thinking after advanced level, because after I went on to teaching, I taught for 4 years.
Okay, you need to subject.
I've been teaching for primary school.
Okay.
So general. I taught classes but it is in class it was class 2 when I was teaching class 2 the third year. In 2016, because I started in 2013. In 2016, that's where I started using chalk. So with kids, I wanted to join both, so that's how everything started.
Okay, so tell me how you discover say we artists, because plenty of we that will be the girl for school with the draw. Like me, I began my drawing book way, like besides drawing book for school way, I did for house, I did draw my small spots in the draw clothes them, draw the baby them. So how, because I never see myself they say I be artist because but how you do identify the fact that okay you get gifts for the drawing thing or for art?
No, I don't identify say I get gift.
Okay.
Because I hate talking about gift, all those things. I identify that I want to do something different. Okay. That's where everything started. Before I started using all these things I do today, it started with a question. Okay. I want to do something different. That's how it started. Okay. Then I told to myself, okay, what's around me, what it is surround me. I'm surrounded with children. I'm using chalk most of the day, every time. So that's why I started use chalk. So everything started from there. Being an artist, we all the artists. Now, acknowledging the fact that you want to make a career in art. You want to make a career in art, that one a different thing. From there now, some people that are even confused as they start, they just get discouraged because they think the path and the journey is very, very hard.
So tell me about your own personal experience. That way you start, how did you do?
That was me I start. It was very, 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 very difficult because it wasn't, in the beginning it was very hard to join to join the teaching career I had and the artistic career I want to make. Yeah. So it became practicing the art to make it like perfect, because I be some man where I like when things be good. If things are not, if something not there as it in my mind, I not feel stop. So it must be exactly point to point as it in my mind. So, which means that I get to spend more time practicing because putting your ideas down is not something easy. It's not easy at all. So, which means I've been spent of too much time practicing, and it affected my my teaching career. So I wasn't too much effective as a teacher. So, and I must admit, say, chalk painting don't get success very quickly. I started it, and immediately people took over it. So, which means that I had to produce art again and again, and I wasn't effective as a teacher. So that was the most difficult thing. And I used to sleep at that time like 3 to 4 hours per day for like 4 years. So it not be easy at all, because practicing, the results people see today is results of sweat and blood. It's not giving. Gift is just, me I ever tell people, they say when they say gift is the idea, is a spirit, not inspiration. But practicing is a whole other thing. That has nothing to do with the spirit, nor with the gift. Practicing is a different word.
So if you get gifts, but if you don't practice or perfect that gift,
somebody with no gift, as somebody with no gift, I used to say, go pass you.
If you practice more.
Yeah, if you practice, it go pass you.
Okay, so tell me about chalk. Why you decide, you don't tell me say you get inspiration for chalk because you're there for classroom. So why chalk art? Because before you, I nobody ever hear me about chalk art.
Me too. Before myself, I nobody ever know say something like chalk. It's when doing it that I started making research if other people that did for the world they do it. And I noticed say people that do them, but not too much in Africa, not even much, but in the world there are so many. Now the second thing, as I know myself, I want to make something different. Now I will look on things on the way that people in the world don't do, a different technique, a different way of approach that people in the world they need to use. So I don't see many artists in the world that they use chalk on the board. So after practicing on board for quite some time, I be one change, because that's how I left teaching in 2017. Because I be one always make difference. When leaving teaching, then I got into a new other world. I was no more faced with the board, with the chalkboard. I had to make the chalkboard myself. So that's how the story of chalk started.
Okay, then some of it, chalk, we look at it, say chalk, they say easily, I don't know the word I use, but then we look at it, say no be, as it's my permanent, because chalk is easily wipe and all. Like, so yeah, I've used to children check, but I said, but the guy would draw the things over the chalk, make define art, define image, and then last wipe or how, so how you preserve chalk art?
That was the second difficulty I faced, how to preserve the chalk. And thank God I came through an idea thanks to somebody who was working in photography. So he gave me idea where I go try the idea, and it was quite perfect. Because the thing I be the face, and I say how I would survive financially since I just left teaching. There was no other way or means I could make money. So I be the think of a way. But by that time I used to draw with pencils, but I wanted something different. So after pencils, I started looking for a way to preserve the chalk in one way or the other. So I find some way for preserve the chalk. And actually I'm like the only person in the world using that technique, living on chalk, because I did sell chalk. I did sell my paintings on chalk like any other artist using oil paint or pencils or acrylic. You understand? I sell, it's a finished product. I actually have a finished product on chalk, and I live on selling chalk It funny me anytime I think about it.
So okay, well, tell me about the business of chalk, or not only chalk arts. We'll talk about the business of arts, because one problem with some people, the way they know they in the business, they never think and I say how do men they make money because of Cameroon. That should say art community in the day, but we never calculate say when person just starts how it get for that level for say okay he art go if he sell the art or if he make money from the art. So tell me about your own experience for how you do for monetize your art.
Well, I faced the third difficulty I faced after the classroom, then preservation. Now the third difficulty I faced was how to build a business behind this.
Exactly.
So for my case, if I've been a normal artist, you see, I would just need like a réseau, how they ever call them, a réseau of people introducing me some places where I can meet people and sell the art, make art and sell. But for my case, it's quite different because I'm not fit do and so. Because first of all, I have to convince people that this child will not exist in the white. I need to convince people on that first. Now, secondly, I have to, how can I put it? I have to communicating through social media. But the difficulty I found is that many painters or many visual artists, they don't communicate. They need to communicate on social media. They need to communicate on social media in the sense of business. You understand? They communicate just to tell people, now this painting I do today, now this drawing I do today, and people like, and it doesn't bring you money.
Yeah.
85% of the clients I have come from social medias and online.
Well, things for short, we will come back. We are going to continue for tell you how to make money through social media. Okay, so as you tell me before one go on break, you will tell me about how you use social media for your business, for your arts, So tell me how you happen, how you pass.
So I believe say the third difficulty I've met is how to build business. So I found that social media was a good medium for me because that now for the people that discover me. So but I associate other medias like TV and radios. How do I do that? I go for some radio programs and I perform arts there. Arts for listeners. How? I use those people, those radio presenters. In the beginning, I used to paint them and they share it on social media. So that was the first tactic I met. So I was drawing most of the time Cameroonian celebrities. And I got the chance that most of the celebrities got their fame at the beginning of my art, many of them. So I'm one of the first artists who drew many of these of them, and they used to share what they do, and that's how I got the first attention. Now the second attention was I noticed that people like portraits and like to offer a lot. Yeah. So I will spend most of the time doing portraits. When I post a portrait I did on social media, probably I will get another client who wants to offer it to another person. So on the long run, I created a chain. Most of the time I don't need to like post again online, but people spread the news for me. People that I did the art, they spread the news. So that is one thing. The other business I have is on the sun.
Yes.
People ask, how do you?
We'll get for that sun part, but don't start to continue.
How do you make money on sun? Well, my different social media platforms and my website, I use them like a media platform. Sun is just for entertainment. I use sun for entertain because what people get to notice and I say with chalk, the reason why I use chalk is that chalk is fast. I take less time producing art with chalk than any other means. Than when I was using paint or pencils. It takes me lesser time, and sun takes me more lesser time. You understand? Which means that with sand and chalk, it makes me be on time on current events. For example, something can happen in the morning and in the afternoon, I'd already do an art. You understand? So, which is different from other artists because of the way they use the tool and the material and the time they use do not permit them to be on time with current events. So that's the advantage I have. So, like what just happened this morning with Diego Maradona yesterday, today I've already produced an art, I've shared it on different social media platforms, you understand? I'm always on time. That's the advantage my art gives me.
Okay. Wow. So, okay, as you talk, the sun and the dust, the entertainment, that one you know if you preserve.
Oh, the sun, there's a way to preserve sun, but I'm not going to introduce them now. I'm working with a team to make an exhibition on that, to inform people, because now whole process is now research, lots of research, because I have to go back to study certain things in chemistry to be using certain products, you know.
Okay. Okay. So tell me about your creative process. How did it happen? Like when you want to create, you get any particular thing you do? Like you get any particular ritual? Some put the praise, some put the maybe go corner what? Like you get any particular thing where you do where you want to create?
Everything that has a ritual, whether blood, everything that has ritual is not good for her. Even if it is church people that use prayer for rituals. For example, you want to do something, you pray. Know that you fail because you fail because prayer is not a tool. Is not a tool of boosting. That's why I said.
Prayer and communication, no.
Prayer is just a communication.
And communication empower you. It's just like when you call your mommy, for example, and they talk something, you just make your heart sweet. Now that kind of thing.
Yeah, that one is called. Now I'm talking in a business and in arts. So there is no there's no special ritual I do. My ritual is exercise.
You work out.
Is workout. Is workout, because to be productive, to be active on current event, you need to be fast and exercising on how to work on speed drawings and all and everything. Now the thing helped me. So now whole process, prayer is just a backup, but prayer is not like a ritual. Before I do, I have to pray. No, there are times I have to pray, and it's like some footballers entering the field and making sign of the cross and trying to. That's not the moment to do that. You had all the time in the world before the field to do that. That is just for the fans. It's just for TV.
Okay, you did just footballer. Okay, they go come for you after this. All right, so you don't start. You don't get no particular ritual where you do where you want to create, you create. So like that way you be start now and now. What's the difference in terms of speed? Because now so like you do for TV program for the program and you don't draw the person every day for day. So but in the beginning how you be there? So how you can be this fast?
As I said, it's exercise. I not be there fast so in the beginning. It's like you like something and you have an idea and you must do everything. You must do everything as they are mine. When you not produce something and when you look the thing, it resemble thing where they are mine. It just be alike. No. It has to be the same as you think. So I wanted to be fast. I be to watch video on other artists that do speed painting. And now I started learning different techniques. How did they get to that level? So it took me something like 3 years to get this speed. Today I can produce an art in 3, 5, 30, 20. It depends on the time I'm given. But there are some programs where they ask me to produce an art in 15 minutes. I do them in 15 minutes. So it's a whole process, it's practice.
Okay, so tell me now, people that they watch this show and where they get, they want support art for Cameroon, for the world, and say they want support art. Now, how you feel encourage people for support art? Because some people they really like, but they don't even know thing for do. They don't know say okay, maybe if I want I fit, you know, if I want the gifts, I fit go for artists, make portraits. That very, very nice gift that, and it be I mean long term, not as until we if you toss the painting, something will happen with them, you know. So tell me how we as individual then we will fit support art.
The problem not be the person supporting, not the person they call the support.
Okay.
If for example you want to support me now, you support me how? If I don't have a running business, if I don't have a program, you understand? Me, I encourage artists to constantly make projects. Because with projects, somebody can easily help you, somebody feel easily support you. Because when you see, we tell him, bro, you see, so next week I get this program, in 1 month or in 2 months, I get this program. You understand? In that way, that person will support you. But if you not get no project, that's now why most of Cameroonian artists they spend their time begging. Because they not get project where man feel support. And the second thing I say, not getting project, not the whole thing. The project need to interest people. It's so
be relatable to your community.
Exactly. That's where you find your clients, you find your support. You find your support around you. It's not when I mean around you, it can be your community, it can be your country, it can be even the world, because now the world is connected. So your réseau, they help you make the business.
Okay. And the way we advise for parents, the way they get picking them, where they show interest for art.
People that overlay advice or advice.
No, the thing is, some people they advise this, so some people they actually listen to advice, but some people they get ideas, but they don't know how to go about them. But when they see person, where don't talk to
advice is key.
No man.
See,
no man ever die when advice key.
Advice is key.
It depends on who to give the advice. If we are giving advice about art, why would you?
Me, I will give advice with key. If I tell you now, say abandon your job and do what is in your heart.
Wait, no. Stop the one way work for you. As you work for you, no. If you work for another person, it not must work for another person.
Okay.
But if it inspire you or thing for do for your own side.
Anything I fit tell somebody now, right now, person will get dream. He get something for a head and he want produce them. The only advice I give now to go through, but be very the caution. I will tell the person I say. There's a difference between dream and reality, where you not ever need to put reality aside because of a dream. What you need to do, what you get to do now for adapt your dream to the reality is very, very, very important.
It makes sense.
But I know my people that you go enter for a come up for the
no check us so. You know, so I mean the whole thing, and then tell me like, you know, besides, so after art, as you don't develop career, I don't build career around your art, so you don't go back for teaching, or you don't like live by you, or how?
I don't go back for teaching where it be adapt to the art I do. Okay. They call me to some schools to train kids for a period of time. So I did training most of the time, train kids, and one of my projects is to open a training course. I did work on it with a whole lot of people.
Okay, so I mean, tell me about opportunities and for artists and for inside for Cameroon, according to you. Like, now which kind of opportunities the artists they get, you know?
The painters or with the...
All, like we're talking about arts in art for your field, you know, painting, sculpting, drawing.
For my case, I me build the opportunities.
Exactly.
There's because market not there. There's market not there where you can. Yes, market not there. Wait is there exist na links and connections.
So networks.
Yeah, there are network there, art communities, but it need help in the long run. Because there is not a scheme or a system put in place like for companies to purchase or individuals to if they want to purchase art, they have to follow certain rules. They have to see certain people in order to purchase the art. There is not that scheme. There is, so now we self get to create that those opportunities and not be easy task. For my case, it not be easy for create that opportunity because what I do be different. Because I use my art to communicate. Lately, where I open my website, and in my website, I communicate like in a blog on news. And the difference is, I say, the news I communicate on the news related to the arts I do.
Okay.
For a normal blogger, he go take a picture of an event or somebody, depending on the news, and he go share. I share my art, and I tell them if maybe I want to talk about Samuel too on something happen, I go use an art where I do about him, or I will do a new art. That's how I use to communicate. And to define that kind of market on my side, it not be very easy, because first of all, you need to convince people. For example, you saw that it took a whole interview to understand that sand drawing is a whole business. So I need to constantly be doing interviews, be doing, live videos, communicating, which is not easy. It asks money. It asks money, which means that all the money I produce on the art, I invest and back on communication.
Okay. All right, so we'll take some short break and then we'll come back. We'll continue longer on the Beta Torpoh with William. Okay, so William, first of all, we get to our tradition for you. You know, because you go so we get some gifts for you.
Traditional people, thank you. Thank you for the gifts.
Yes.
Yeah, the first time when they give me a gift for a program. So thank you very much.
All right, so before you go, one last thing I want to know, like, what's your Torpoh, your pineapple, like, you get any special pineapple way, it be very close to your heart, when it give us some kind of situation, remember it, give you some kind of energy or anything.
What's your talk? I be some guy where it's not like I come from a normal background. With I don't lack food, I don't lack shelter, I don't lack clothes, but there are some problems that they over affect me. You understand? And every day I ever like motivate myself first, because it not be that easy for me to be an artist.
Exactly.
Because nothing around me is defined to that part. So everything I do, I need to, it's like I'm creating a new way. Yes, I just motivate myself. I need, first of all, to understand what I do, because what I do, when I want to look around, I need to see no scheme, most of the things, nobody don't do them before me. So, me personally, which is motivate me now myself. I know for me, I know I can do anything. That's the first thing. At times when I did blocked, even somewhere in a situation, to myself, I know I can do it, because I'm a child of God and God is able to do everything. So which means I can do anything. So that it don't make me I don't over create, invent things then, because I believe in impossibilities.
Okay, makes sense. All right. So another thing I'd like to know from you, Nasi, we cannot say creative people them or artists like you, now people the way your mind they are plenty, they live in plenty places at the same time, So how it affects your relationships, and like your personal relationships with people, relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, family, because definitely you go surely get. I mean, like how it affect your people that are around you, they understand you, or you have people that will understand you.
Now me, first of all, I need to understand myself. You understand? Most of the time, for person who don't know me, if you see me on a situation, I'm completely lost. You understand? At times in the street or at home, I can be in a weak situation. It's like depression. Most of the time, creative people they go through depression. Depression in the sense that something they are where you want to produce, and you try, you need to succeed. So it make at times all problems, you start thinking about all problems, even problem where you don't forget starting, and at times it make you pass through depression. So me and depression are one person. So, and to that I can be happy in 2 seconds, my mood just changes. So I'm most of the time lost, and most of the time very calm and reserved. Very calm and reserved. Talking to people in interview like this, I went to training, personal training, where I used to talk alone because I'm a very shy person. So it affects relationship with people. For people who don't know me, in the beginning you would think maybe this guy you can talk to me at times, I don't answer you because you and we are not in the same realm. At times I'm in my universe and you're talking to me, I don't even answer you. So the thing I say, sometimes they are the year, but my mom behave before answer because you feel disturb the thinking where in my mind.
I know.
So it affects my relationship, but my family, people who know me, they understand. At times when they see me in a certain position, they just let me. You understand? So at times I used to talk harsh to my mother, and with time she understood. But in the beginning she was like just speaking over naughty, all those things, because when she would say go left, I go right. Okay, so it's not easy to be me. It's not easy.
All right, so thank you plenty for the time where you don't spend away, and we're going to see more of your ads for social media. We'll continue to check your website, and we hope we'll host you again for Beta Torpoh. Small time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, bye bye. See you on the next episode for Beta Torpoh.